Mon Junior Formula Ford Championship at Brands Hatch, and the championship leader Matthew Gilmore on the front row of the grid, and even better than that for him, on pole position. The number 9 Van Diemen driver had a 24-point advantage coming to Brands Hatch over his closest championship rival. Luke Hines on the outside of the front row of the grid in one of the French-built Mégane chassis, but he's up against a large number of the much more common Van Diemens. A couple starting right behind him as well. Away they go, good start from the 2 front row men. Luke Hines immediately going down to the bottom of the racetrack to guard the inside line into Paddock Hill Bend. And right behind him is Andrew Thompson, car number 6, the Works Van Diemen driver. Big pack jostling wheel to wheel. This is classic Formula Ford action. Of course, the Formula Ford concept was first introduced as a racing school division at the British Racing Stables at Brands Hatch back in the early 60s, and it's gone on to produce many champions in many forms of motorsport since then, and still offers a great first step on the single-seater driving ladder for young racers. Of course, as they progress, they learn how to deal not only with the slick tyres on these Formula Fords, but with aerodynamics, and that really changes their driving style. But still, Formula Ford allows drivers to experiment with racing line and with the attitudes of the car. These things are steered almost as much on the throttle as they are on the steering wheel. Luke Hines under assault for second place, and Andrew Thompson trying his best to unseat him there at Paddock Hill Bend. Now behind Hines, they're coming 3 wide up the hill as Matthew Gilmore leads them around Druids. Luke Hines safe from attack from behind. Well, those 2 first and second with a bit of breathing space. Not so for the 3rd place man, the yellow nose car, that's Andrew Thompson. He has got car number 2, Ryan Sharp, right behind him, and Sharp is just the first of a number of them queuing up to try and get by him. Well, Matthew Gilmore made his break early. Luke Hines managed to cement himself an early break as well. Running wide there after a little bit of contact, Oliver Scullion in another of the French-built Mégane chassis. And again, drafting along down by the pit wall and then swinging high into Paddock Hill Bend, or trying to send your rival that way. Classic Brands Hatch stuff. And it's Lee Piercy, the black car there with those aqua green side pods, who's making all the moves at the moment on Ryan Sharp in the blue car number 2. And that is for 4th place. Piercy will have to be minding his P's and Q's. If he commits himself too much to trying to get past Ryan Sharp, then he may well find a couple of others coming up the inside. There is Sharp in 4th place, Piercy right behind, 3 or 4 cars right with them. Tail of that little group is Barry Syme, car number 3. And again, it looks as though Ryan Sharp and Lee Piercy will be doing the same slipstreaming deal. No, Piercy goes high this time, then drops down to the inside. I think he made the move a little early. I don't think Sharp would have been sold the dummy by that one. Luke Hines in the multicoloured Dayglow car comes down the hill in 2nd place. Still chasing Matthew Gilmore, but that's all it is. He's not in a position to make any moves. 3rd place is still Andrew Thompson, and then Ryan Sharp and Lee Piercy 4th and 5th. The 2 yellow cars behind them. 15 is Neil Fowler and 8 Gordon Coleman. So those guys next up. And it looks as though in 3rd place Andrew Thompson is just about making a break from the guys behind him and starting to close down 2nd place man Luke Hines. And the race leader Matthew Gilmore has got this one firmly under control. He's going to have to do something fairly daft here to give this race away. Luke Hines in 2nd, and yes, I think Thompson is definitely closing in 3rd place. And there you can see the 15 car of Neil Fowler, the yellow car with the green nose, making himself a real nuisance in Lee Piercy's mirrors, and that means Piercy has had to give up on his chase of Ryan Sharp ahead, so Sharp in his turn starts to escape. Now the yellow car of Gordon Coleman right at the back of that little group. So there Lee Piercy in the black machine in trouble. And there's another one of those cars, similarly liveried. That's Jamie Wayland in his Van Diemen. He's further back down the order. So Matthew Gilmore leading by still the same around 2-second margin. Luke Hines just about half a second ahead of Andrew Thompson, and that's not far away enough from the yellow nose of the chasing car for the youngster to feel safe. Luke Hines, son of multiple world supercar champion Martin Hines, whose Zipkart firm Luke started racing with. And Martin starting up the Young Guns initiative as the owner of Zip to try and help young karters progress further up the single-seater ladder. And that in its turn is helping his lad as well now that he's decided to go racing. Very sideways there, Jamie Wayland, just holding onto it in the front of that little group of 4 chasing cars. Matthew Gilmore looks as though he's driving a 2000 car with everybody else in 99 cars. That's not the case. All these cars here are 99 spec cars or older, but Matthew Gilmore has certainly got an advantage, and that is almost entirely due to the driver. And Jamie Wayland spinning at Druids, gets it all back together again and heads on down the hill. Matthew Gilmore still comfortably away, in fact pulling away now again, I think, from Luke Hines in the last couple of laps. Andrew Thompson third, Ryan Sharp you can see there in 4th place. Hines keeping a nice tight light in the Mygale, but Sharp doesn't, he goes off. Only a slight touch on the barriers there, but he's going to lose loads more places as he waits for everybody to go by, and before there's a space to rejoin. Gilmore romping away, Hines in 2nd place, still in 3rd place there, Andrew Thompson. And this is high, wide and handsome into Paddock Hill Bend. Number 50 there, Richie Narroway, trying to use the momentum of running wide through the corner on the racing line to pick up a spot, but doesn't manage to do so. So ahead of him, Russell Dixon holds on. Well, this race has settled down with the lead trio being able to maintain their gaps over each other. Further back down the order though, not quite as settled. Richard Evans finds himself on the grass on the inside of Surtees. The novice trying to find his way, A, back to the track, and B, a hole in the traffic. Looks as though he may well have stopped there. Off in the gravel, the 19 car as well, and that's Charlie Hollings in his Mygale, and he's firmly buried. It won't take him long to work that one out for himself. So belts off and bail out. There'll be yellow flags at Druids because that car looks to be in a bit of a difficult situation. And Luke Hines on the bottom bend is out of the race. Pulled over in the Mygale, and he has shut it down. Well, the body language doesn't need much interpreting from me. Very disappointed with that. Comfortable 2nd place was in the bag. His for the taking as he stalks away. Matthew Gilmore's coming past him now. Gilmore still leading by a comfortable margin now from Andrew Thompson in 2nd place. So Thompson inheriting that one. Gilmore now on the brink of getting into back market traffic, but I think that the checkered flag will probably intervene. His team giving him the thumbs up over the pit wall, and it is victory for Matthew Gilmore. 2nd place for Andrew Thompson. So for Luke Hines, cruel luck running out of go on the final lap. So Gilmore, the championship leader, extends his advantage then. Closest rival Neil Fowler down in 4th place in his Ray, and that's bad news for him.